Now, 20 years ago, there was a case that absolutely dominated all of the headlines. Police discovered the remains of this little girl right here with her head cut off of her body. They had absolutely no way to identify her, and this case became known as the Precious Doe case. And for 4 years, community members and police did everything they could to solve this case. And then eventually, after a tip came in from the community, police determined that Precious Doe's name was Erica Green, that it was her mother and her stepfather, Harold Johnson, and Michelle Johnson, that had murdered this young girl and then taken her body out into the woods, where Harold Johnson proceeded to decapitate her with a pair of shears. It became evident that this child's life was full of trauma and torture. And in the days before her death, she endured a form of abuse that is unfathomable. And eventually, her stepfather, Harold Johnson, received a life sentence. And her mother, Michelle Johnson, who testified against Harold, was sentenced to 25 years. Yesterday, I received a voice memo from a woman who was in prison with Michelle Johnson. She told me that this woman continues to display a lack of remorse or any sort of guilt or responsibility related to the murder of her daughter, Erica Green. You see, Michelle Johnson is up for parole. And it's difficult to find somebody that knows a person better than their cellie. And she says this woman should never be allowed out of prison. To me, it doesn't make any difference if Michelle Johnson takes responsibility or not. Any person that participated in the brutal torture and murder of a beautiful young child should never ever be allowed to walk out of a penitentiary again. I'm asking you to reach out to the Division of Probation and Parole, and let's tell this parole board that we don't want to see Michelle Johnson ever walking out of a penitentiary. This thing right here needs to spend the rest of its life inside of a penitentiary. And maybe someday she'll feel a little bit of shame and a little bit of sorrow for this beautiful life that she ended.